Hello everyone. This video we are going to see about the public relation. Public relation is actually a strategic communication process that builds the mutual beneficial relationship between the organization and its public. Actually, public relation is trying to connect with the common people or the stakeholders, which we call. Okay, so this video is all about public relation. We'll see in depth about it. What is public relation? Public relation is a practice of managing the flow of information between the individual or the organization and its public. So when the information is communicated to the stakeholder, okay, so it is actually being transparent with your stakeholders, the one who is connected and not connected. It could be the public or the organization or any individual who are being stakeholder for the organization. The main aim of the public relations by the company is often to persuade the public investors, partners, employees, and other stakeholder to maintain the certain point of view that is about to it. Okay, so this is actually to connect with their own stakeholders. What's the definition? Definition is a plan. Okay, it's a plan or a planned process. Okay, it's a plan or a planned process. Okay, which influence the public opinion through the through their characters or the performance or the mutual benefits. It could be of anything which is connecting the company or the organization of different level of organization or different level of departments. Okay, they are actually planning to reach out their stakeholders and trying to. It is actually typically when an organization organize an event, they are seeking to brand themselves, grow their audience, and responding to their stakeholders' wants. So when I connect to the event management, the organizers and any event which is organized, they are seeking to brand themselves, grow their audience, and actually responding to their stakeholders as well. This definitions tell you about the public relation in a planned process to influence the public opinion, thorough sound characters, and the proper performance based on the mutual satisfactory two-way communication to communicate with your employees, with your partners, with your competitor, with your um, stakeholders or the shareholders. It is actually a planned process to influence the public opinion, to understand what they want, and then providing them whatever is required for them. Okay, so there are few essentials defensive. The PR is essentially defensive. Okay, it is a corporate armor that the company can wear, which would protect the company during adverse times. So these connection will actually help or typically create the plan when there is a crisis in the organization, when there is a problem in the organization. This can actually help them go through that to overcome from that. Okay, a great skill to have, especially when it comes to planning and executing an event. Okay, public relations can also be defined in the simple practice of managing communication between an organization and its public. So this is actually building a bridge to satisfy the customer and understand what they need and providing whatever they need. Okay, so here we go next. Here, this is actually a model formed by the Mostens. There were 4 steps. One is RACE: research, action, communication, and evaluation in the process of PR. The public relation has a process, 4 steps: first research, then action, then communicate, and evaluate. So these are the 4 different steps of public relation. There are a few functions which actually works for public relation. First one is promoting goodwill. PR is gradually a growing industry. Okay, the public relation, when you're connecting with your public, it actually helps you to grow in the industry. Okay, public relation also have in its own way becomes a new buzz department of any organization. Any organization will have a separate department as public relation. Public relation department, you will have a separate department itself. This actually plays a critical role to plan an event. What kind of promotional activity we need to do to maintain the image among the stakeholders. And the second point, promoting product and service corporate image. This is actually typically an organization organize an event. They are seeking to brand themselves, right? So this will help the audience and responding to their stakeholders wants. Then the corporate communication. Corporate communication actually helps you to improve your communication. Effective communication mechanisms of public relations is beneficial in establishing a good reputation in mind. There are various sponsors you find in the organization or any event. For example, in any event, you'll find more of sponsors. To get connected to more sponsors, you need to have a proper corporate communication. You should have a public relationship with the stakeholders. It could be of the competitors, or it could be of the same industry or the related industry. So this reputation will bring you more sponsors about the facilities or which is offered by the event organization. Okay, so next is lobbying is something which is having an influence towards something because of the legal activities. There are few legal activities we have to follow. There are few governmental policies and procedures and the schemes which the organization should also follow. Okay, so next is counteracting negative publicity. So publicity is something which each and everyone needs, and when it is about the event management need to have the good publicity among their targeted audience. Only then they'll be able to get more and more clients. So next is about advantages. There are advantages. First is credibility. So credibility is like creditability is all about the credits which will be gained, and the appreciation will be gained, and the image which is gained, and the cost it is also very less when you're creating an image, having a good quality product. And then avoidance of clutter. So you'll be able to avoid the unnecessary things when you are having a proper research and maintain a good relationship. And then lead generation, you'll be able to be updated as per the requirement what this generation needs. And then ability to reach a specific group, you will have the proper knowledge which group you need to reach and who needs your attention and what is your business is looking forward. So you will be able to reach a proper audience when you have a proper public relation. And the most important point is image building. Image building is the only most important criteria, most important thing, that without an image you'll not be able to sustain in the market when you are into an event management company. Okay, and then next is the disadvantages. The first one is difficult to quantify the public relation benefits. Second, lack of control. Third is theft management requirement. So there are image that is totally whitewash. Okay, so there are wrong impressions, misinterpretations there, but certainly not going to change any image into a solid, what to say, it should be like, cannot be hidden anything in the best interest of the company. The company is like a family, should have a leak out weakness, because the competitors always want to encash on those matters. Public relations cannot create reputation out of nothing. Okay, public relation fails to have a valued public opinion, which does not uh, falls in the same way some people draw money on the bank. Okay, public relations also demands the public speaking. It's very difficult discipline to understand the content necessarily. Okay, and here is next a role of a public relation officer. So there are mm, a public relation officer cannot create a reputations of the good or the goodwill unless there is a little of public relations or a little of the hopeful image in the company. So he will be the advocate. He will be the chief advocate for the company. He will focus on the energy to build in the organization. So the most important criteria here, and he should be a good communicator, and he should be the problem solver. It is the event organization, so sorry, managers responsibilities to face the best on the news and avoid any kind of discrepancies. The opinion, he should be the opinion maestro. So he or she is responsible for the media placement and coordinating organizational functions, and they offer effort of the executives. Whatever comes out of the organization, where it shines is totally depends on the public relation officer. So that's why I said, so it is having a separate department in your organization. There are few uses of public relations. So first, it is an opportunity to have a strong concrete, and then it is very important in the service and the hospitality industry, and for event management it is the most important department. And it actually there are cabinet rumors, falsehood also, which gives a negative side of the story. Capitalizing on rumors to your benefits, rumor can dismissed as ridiculous. And then when public relation is used for the purpose of the marketing in product and services, it is also known as a marketing public relations. It is very important concept in the communication mix of a company. So there are few objectives. It is also going to assist in the launch of a product. It is assisting the repositioning a mature product, building interest in the product category, influencing specific target group, countering negative publicity, building corporate image that rubs off onto its product. And most important here, if you want to understand, is there any difference between public relation, marketing, and advertising? Because it seems to be same, but it is not same. Public relation is like you are connecting with people, but marketing is where you are connecting with people to satisfy them and trying to give more information about the product and features to make them buy. You are insisting, you're triggering them to buy, marketing process. But advertising is just explaining about the product as it is. It leads to the sale. Okay, they are not same. Public relation is just to connect with more network or more stakeholders, or create more stakeholders. Okay, so here they go. Marketing and advertising traditionally promotes product and services. Public relation promotes the entire organization. It how for PR to work, there are the several prerequisites. It is the first. It is the most first and one house in order. And industrial relation, IR is nothing but industrial relation, must have the respect of on their employees and their communities. How does the people gets their job done? So based on the space buyers and the media and the newsworthy, and it is totally depends on the media would be glad to carry. That's all about public relation. Thank you so much. Bye.